After months of talks and little action, South Korea believes it has a strategy to break the stalemate between Washington and North Korea, and it involves a significant concession from the United States. South Korea's Foreign Minister Kang Kyung-wha has urged the U.S. negotiating team to hold off on its demand for an inventory of North Korea's nuclear weapons and instead offer a peace treaty that would bring an end to the Korean War. The conflict was halted with an armistice in 1953, but no official declaration of peace was ever agreed, meaning North and South Korea technically remain at war. The U.S.'s concession of a peace declaration would be in exchange for Pyongyang dismantling its main nuclear complex. See also, Trump says he has fallen in love with North Korean leader. What North Korea has indicated is they will permanently dismantle their nuclear facilities in Yongbyon, which is a very big part of their nuclear program, Kang said in an interview with The Washington Post. If they do that in return for America's corresponding measures, such as the end-of-war declaration, I think that's a huge step forward for denuclearization. Kang's remarks come ahead of U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's visit to Pyongyang on Sunday, where he will meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in a bid to break the deadlock that has stalled negotiations. Despite U.S. President Donald Trump reportedly promising a peace declaration during his meeting with Kim back in June, the U.S. has been reluctant to make the move without any major concessions from the North. South Korean President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un posed for photographs, alongside their spouses, North Korea's Ri Sol-ju and South Korea's First Lady Kim Young-suk, on the top of Mount Pi-2, North Korea. In this photo released by North Korea's Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, on September 21, 2018. Source: KCNA via Reuters. Negotiators have maintained a hard line on Pyongyang producing a full list of its nuclear capabilities and weapons but have failed to secure an agreement even after several high-profile meetings. North Korea has made it clear it has no plans to submit to the request, with state media calling the idea rubbish. This reluctance on the part of the North Koreans is not going to subside, Kang said, suggesting that U.S. insistence on it risks bogging down talks for good. Even if Pyongyang did produce a list, the issue of verification would inevitably be the next question. Before this can happen, trust needs to be built between the two sides, said Kang. And for that to happen, the U.S. has to offer something significant. As negotiations have gone on, however, it appears Trump and his advisors may be singing from different hymn sheets. See also, don't mention the gulags, the normalization of Kim Jong-un. While Trump is reportedly open to signing the peace declaration, the negotiating team has stood firm on the issue. The concern is with peace would also come a request to remove the 28,500 U.S. troops from South Korea. According to the Post, Trump's national security advisor John Bolton has voiced his apprehension in signing any deal that would result in this. Trump, however, has taken a different tone, repeatedly questioning why troops are there at all. Excerpts from Bob Woodward's book Fear detailed an instance when Trump questioned Defense Secretary James Mattis on the issue only to be told, "We're doing this keeping troops in South Korea in order to prevent World War III." When presented with South Korea's strategy, experts told the Post the closure of Yongbyon facility would be welcome, but they remain skeptical as to how much this will curtail Pyongyang's ability to develop weapons, given their covert facilities. File: U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo walks into the Park Wall guest house following a meeting with Kim Yong-chul, a North Korean senior ruling party official and former intelligence chief in Pyongyang, North Korea, July 6, 2018. Source: Reuters. It's unrealistic to expect a comprehensive, completely accurate list from the get-go, but the administration should still insist that Pyongyang at least disclose all fuel cycle-related facilities anywhere in the country, said Dooyeon Kim, a Korea expert with the Center for a New American Security. Pompeo is due to arrive in Pyongyang on Sunday. He said at a press conference on Tuesday he was optimistic about the next session, but he has backed away from a timeline for denuclearization. This is echoed by Trump, despite Kim promising full denuclearization by the end of Trump's first term. But the odds of that happening are looking increasingly unlikely, as even the term denuclearization is yet to be defined and agreed upon. While Pyongyang continues to welcome White House officials, how seriously it is taking negotiations is hard to tell. See also, what's on the cards for the third Inter-Korean summit. The South insists Kim is serious about giving up his weapons. And public statements from Kim seem to support this, usually accompanied with a glowing praise for Trump. But, according to the Post, Pyongyang has rebuffed Pompeo's new special representative for North Korea, Stephen Biegun, failing to even respond to an invite to meet with him. Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, considered a mouthpiece for the government, has also called for U.S. to ease sanctions before the North will take any steps of its own. Given Pompeo's remarks, this looks unlikely to happen anytime soon. After having chaired a special session on North Korea at the UN last week, Pompeo said the Security Council was in complete unanimity about the need for sanctions to stay in place. This upcoming visit, he said, will simply be one more step along the way towards achieving denuclearization.